name is Obi Fortune, and today I'm excited to introduce you to Web3 Shooter. Now, let's go in. Web3 Shooter is a skill-based, fast-paced multiplayer game where players come together and battle and earn crypto rewards, with real value. Now, what we're driving at here, the problem currently is that most Web3 games aren't really all that engaging, at least not to the extent that they should be. And that aside, Web3 game also aims to provide a better way for blockchain event managers or just people in general to distribute their tokens instead of showing it passively as airdrops and things like that. So you can share them in a more engaging way. And this is what Web3 aims to achieve here. And we also aim to give player real ownership of their not just collectibles but their gadgets, their ammo. We want to integrate NFT in a way that makes everything you own yours. This I will drive at what that would entail later. And well, so let's talk about the game for a second. What the game actually is. I'm going to go to the website for this. What the game actually is. So now just picture this intense player versus player matches across a few couple of game modes. Now, in a game mode like winner takes all, they fight for the tokens. Everybody keeps fighting and hindering each other from getting it, and whoever gets the token at the end of the day and returns it to base gets the full prize. In free-for-all deathmatch, each player typically enters with a value on them, which could be the amount they staked in the game, and per kill you get part of that player's token. So that one you actually get instantly, and at the end of the game everything you accumulate becomes yours. And you capture the flag. The game is played against teams, and the winning teams keep getting split into two to battle against each other until a fixed amount of time. And when that is over, the last winning team splits everything. Now, if the game was not sponsored, then the players themselves will stake their tokens to create this prize pool reward. If, however, Web3 Shooter allows a sponsored version, here sponsors can sponsor the reward and make entry free of charge. So blockchain event holders in this case can, instead of distributing tokens passively or just by luck, they can just gather everybody, set a game, tell them to play, and then when you play you actually have this chance of winning. It's not something that is luck based anymore. And a periodic global challenge is a very ambitious challenge. It aims to bring hundreds of thousands, if not millions of players together on the same battlefield, and they're going to fight for huge rewards. Like, I can give an example of 1,000 to 100,000 Sui getting above. This might have to come later, but the global challenge is actually the heart and core of Web3 Shooter. Okay, so let's go forward. And what actually sets Web3 Shooter apart from most normal games is the player-driven economy. Web3 Shooter has a player-driven, and what this basically means is that the weapons in Web3, the things you buy in Web3 are not produced. Web3 Shooter are not produced by the game developers. They are put there by the players themselves. Players pick items that are already in the game from battlegrounds, and then they use these items to craft weapons. Anything that could basically be in the game. And if they are creative, they can even craft something new. They own the formula, they own everything that is that, and they can choose to sell it to people. You can choose to sell it to people at their price. The game doesn't set a price because everything you craft, everything you pick is an NFT. You get to choose the price. The materials you pick too, you can choose to sell instead of crafting if you want to. It's all yours, it's your choice. You have a real ownership over it, and nobody really directs you on what to do with it. Yes, and Web3 Shooter also gives room for communication. And I don't just mean normal communication. Yes, it will be the same way normal communication works. But players would also have specific player phone numbers. So if you want to contact a specific player for some reason in the game, you can do that. And this helps in forming of alliances. You can form an alliance, especially in the global challenge where things are going on and there are a lot of NPCs, a lot of other players. People can form alliances and then work together to try to win. So Web3 Shooter is not just, we're not just trying to build another shooting game. We're trying to build an entire ecosystem, a community, and we're trying to also change the way NFTs are looked at. NFTs in Web3 Shooter have real use. You don't just hang them, you actually use them. You use them to create you use them to create more NFTs, other items that you can sell in the game and potentially outside the game if you wanted to. So this is a brief overview of what Web3 Shooter is, and this is being fueled by a passionate team who are currently trying to work on the game to create it and bring this to life. And well, I hope you get to play this game at some point in time. Thank you.